Welcome back to Nancy Drew Midnight in Salem and this ridiculously goofy music that they have chosen to have as we open up day 2 of the game. And for today's 3-minute rant about stuff that's gone, I hope I haven't covered this already. I don't believe I have. If I have, well, I will fix this in editing. You remember the hint system that was in Sea of Darkness? The hint system where for each task, you could press a little question mark icon and say, I need a hint. Then a hint will appear. Then a little thing will load underneath it. After a certain amount of time, you can say, I'll need another hint, and so on and so forth, until you can get a full solution built into the game, so you don't need to use an outside source to help you along. That format was introduced for the first time in Nancy Drew, the Captive Curse, with the hint hotline device on your cell phone, and was upgraded into the task list as the games progressed, which I think was very smart, because until they started doing that, hints outside of Message in a Haunted Mansion were pretty terrible. That's gone! That is gone! The task list, if you click on it, will not give you further hints. And, to my knowledge, there is no hint feature in this game. In fact, I'll bet you I'm gonna try this. Yep, the cheat menu from the other games is also not here. Whoop-de-doo. It's Nancy Drew. Why would they get rid of such a useful feature, is what I'd like to know. I used the hint system all the time when I played Nancy Drew as a kid, because it was very helpful. And now it is non-existent. And I needed that hint feature a couple times to nudge me in the right direction during this game. It wasn't here, so I'm proud to say I just managed to figure it out after walking around for what felt like an hour. And then I didn't use the walkthrough because I like to beat the games on my own if there's a little help from outside sources as possible. I just want to use in-game hints to help me along. I was unable to do that. Thank you, Midnight in Salem, for ruining a beautiful feature that was developed over several games and just throwing it out the window. Let's continue on this little rant if the game will hopefully let me go this way, which it will. Are you wondering if they decided to include an Easter egg in this game? They did. It's just right there.
Found it.
That is the laziest Easter egg in the world. Alright! What do you say we actually get onto some gameplay? Okay.
Oh my, oh my, oh my, not good, not good, not good!
Oh, what are you guys doing in here?
They're trying their best to unimpress me. Mission accomplished.
Nancy! Hi! Joe was just, making an effort.
Oh, that's what that smell is.
I tried showing him the ropes, but he wants to prove he can do it without my help.
Tegan set out the ingredients for Johnny Cakes before she had to run, but I gotta admit, it's been a while since I last whipped something up. Successfully.
Oh, I love Johnny Cakes. I can help.
Of course you can. All right, Hardy, step down before we have another fire on our hands.
Well, I'm sure you guessed it. It's time to... Whoa, cereal. Hey, I want that cereal. Let's just say, forget the Johnny Cakes, take that cereal we can't touch. What is that over there? That's the coffee pot. Okay. Well, let's make Johnny Cakes.
All right, let's see. Step 1. 1 cup of sugar. 1 cup of sugar. 2 tablespoons of sugar. This can't be right.
I told you I couldn't keep up with her, so I improvised. I'm 100% certain about the amounts, though.
Let's approach this sensibly. What do we need?
Everything you need is on here. We have the flour, sugar, salt... flour, sugar, salt, and baking powder. This is supposed to be a hard cooking puzzle like the old days. Bring back the glory days of Shadow Ranch and other games with cooking in it. Danger by Design is another one. White Bicycle Creek, Warnings at Waverly Academy. I guess Haunting your Castle Below counts because of the drink mixing minigame. Except this one is crazy stupid easy. You can guess and pray through this, which is what I did on my first playthrough. Because literally, you can say,
1 cup of flour.
Looks right to me.
and he'll say that.
1 spoon flour.
That's what I tried too.
And he'll also
Uh-oh.
say, well, he will very obviously tell you if you did it wrong on the step you messed up, instead of, wait until you finish, bake the cakes, and set the house on fire. So, you can use those hints to figure that, or I'll just do it right the first time because I've been in this game before.
1 cup of flour.
I think you've got it.
Followed by,
1 cup of cornmeal.
We're getting there.
followed by,
1 spoon of
where is this one?
sugar.
Looks right to me.
1 spoon of sugar.
I think you've got it.
Cool. Next is,
1 spoon of baking powder.
I think you've got it.
and lastly,
1 teaspoon of salt.
Looks right to me. That looks great. Let's tackle the next step.
All right. Second step. We have to fill the bowl until the weight is just right.
Quick heads up. This is about where things started to go south last time.
Hey!
Let's just trust that Nancy knows what she's doing.
cool. So, someone did not write these notes correctly. What the heck is a portion of ghee? Ghee. That's what's written down here. Well, that's why we're not using notes 100% for everything. Now we gotta use all these ingredients according to this list and get up to 11.70 ounces. Oh, milk's easy. And then we want green, I don't remember. It's just half a thing. So there you go. Of melted butter. 2 eggs. And 1 of the vanillas. Or 2 of the vanillas, I should say. And then just a sprinkle of nutmeg.
That looks great. Let's tackle the next step.
And now it's a timing minigame.
Finally, my favorite part.
I thought your favorite part was eating.
My next favorite part.
Dear goodness.
Joe, could you help me pour while I flip?
Sure thing.
Why would you ask Joe? I would have asked Frank. Alright, so they're gonna pour it. And you just wait here until it starts steaming. Hopefully you can see the steam on the screen. And when the steam comes, you just flip it over.
This is going great.
Maybe if you're not good with timing, this could be hard, but it's not that hard. I wonder if you can make a raw Johnny cake. Whoop, and then, of course, all of them can start steaming at once when you don't expect it.
Oh,
Oh, and we did it! Cool. Alright, now let's eat.
Ooh, these smell delicious.
great job, Nancy.
These look amazing.
Okay. May, these are the Hardy brothers, Frank and Joe.
We're very interested in your case.
Uh-huh. They're good friends of mine. They're going to help us with the investigation. The more people we have working on this, the better chance we have of solving the case.
Cool.
Joe, you need to learn how to cook. Maybe let Frank teach you. Otherwise, how are you going to impress anyone?
Solving crimes impresses people.
So does committing them. What? It's true.
She's right.
Not saying I'm impressed by that. Just stating a fact. I prefer someone who possesses a deep intellectual appreciation and table manners.
You want to be impressed? We should finally show her our business plan for our new business. What? It's very businessy.
What? What is it?
Well, Joe and I have been talking recently about making things a bit more official. Since we're always called to solve crimes, we thought that maybe we should start getting paid for it.
We're starting our very own detective agency. License, insurance, the whole thing.
And we want to know if you'd be interested in being a partner.
A partner?
Hey, table that. All right, Drew. Why not update everyone on where we're at?
So, I guess you're wondering about the thing I mentioned.
Yes, sounds super exciting.
I already told them about the whole sighting.
Yeah, I can't explain it. Yet.
Even with the most modern scientific techniques available, there are many phenomena that we still cannot explain. I believe what you saw was real.
What?
What?
Sure, some sort of combination of gaseous blow-off and light refraction.
No, supernatural. A ghost, a real ghost, with thoughts and memory and agency.
I'm not so sure.
I just built some new equipment that I'd love to try out.
I'm sure it's nothing, but we'll go to the cemetery today and investigate anyway. Maybe we can add ghost hunting to our detective services. Kidding.
You better be.
One thing I'd like to do today is check the town archives.
If it's all the same to you, I'd prefer to handle this. You were gonna look into the history of ownership of the Hathorn House, right?
Yeah, sure. We can go together.
No. It's better if I handle this solo. I'm a whiz with microfiche. Don't ask me why.
Why?
Sounds like a story.
And I'm not going to tell it to you, okay?
So, Nancy, what do you think we should focus on for the investigation?
Well, I say the judge can go jump in the lake.
The arson that happened last week.
And we haven't had the chance to collect any alibis yet.
We need to ask everyone we've met where they were on the night of the arson. Corroborating their answers with whomever they were with will help bring into focus who is and isn't a suspect.
Alrighty, and we have to talk about this one, eh?
Judge Danforth mentioned that he was the victim of a burglary.
What was stolen?
We don't know.
The judge was working with Tegan on developing a case for the Accused Witches organization.
The what?
The descendants of the accused witches of the 1692 Salem witch trials. They're staking a claim to the Hathorn estate due to unjust dispossession and execution of their ancestors. It's one of the reasons I searched for the Book of Apologies in Austria, as it contains a record of wronged families. But someone swiped it from right under my nose. And around the time of the arson, there was a burglary at the judge's office.
Too coincidental not to be connected.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'd like to review the crime scene at the courthouse for any clues.
The judge might not let you do that. He didn't sound very forthcoming.
True. But maybe my father can convince him. They're old friends. I can give him a call.
All right, what else?
We need to figure out how the theft from Mosam Castle is connected to
Shouldn't it be
this case.
Moosham
Theft of
Castle?
what?
The Book of Apologies. My dad asked me to retrieve it from Mosam Castle in Austria, as a favor for Judge Danforth, who works here in Salem. It details all the victims of the witch trials, some of which are still unknown to this day.
However, this book was stolen as well, 3 days ago, when Nancy was there.
Why was this book all the way in Austria?
Great question.
The resident historian told me the judge who wrote the book willed all his belongings to be preserved by whichever museum would have them at the time. That must be how it ended up in an Austrian castle for safekeeping.
Well, that certainly didn't stop the thief, whoever it is.
I can ask around about alibis during this time period as well. See if anyone in town can't be accounted for. Might point us in the right direction.
I have something to add. Whoever is responsible for this crime is going to great lengths to cover it up. We don't know if these people are dangerous. Remember that. And be careful.
Alright, no pancakes for us, just back to business. Alright, so we can go ahead and just talk or call Carson, get him out of the way now.
Hey, you reached Carson Drew's home
Just
number.
kidding. Well, fine. We won't do that. I don't want to talk to May. Let's just go into town and get on with the day. Alright, first thing I want to do is... Hey, Robot Lady's still here. Let's talk to Robot Lady. Hey, Robot Lady, what do you have to say today? Can I...
The specter may be hanging over Salem. But that doesn't keep the town from getting into the Halloween spirit.
Haha, alrighty. Robot lady. When I can get a view where I can see you. What do you have to say?
Why are there protesters in a small town like this?
I don't know. Okay, now let's return to here. Well, not return, but for the first time ever, go into Luminescent Visions.
Oh, you're here.
Yes, I am. This shop is really cool. I love the decor.
Thank you. It's taken a lot of years to get it the way I want.
I kind of imagined this is what an actual witch's shop would look like.
Yeah.
Seriously, you have all these herbs. Look, St. John's wort, mandrake root. You know, witches were just synonymous with people who used the old medieval ways of working with plants and animals, curing ills. They were healers, shamans, and confessors. You can see why some people might have been threatened by them.
I know, right? No leeches here, though. I draw the line at bloodsuckers. I'm glad you get it. A lot of people around here don't.
How so?
Some say I'm cashing in, not respecting history. People get so caught up in the death and judgment. But I was always interested in all of that lost knowledge, even as a kid.
I bet a lot of kids around here are fascinated by it.
Used to be.
So, we just talk to her.
Any modern witches come in? Olivia, perhaps.
I get plenty of people that come in curious to find something positive and healing in this town. Olivia typically isn't one of them, and that's just as well.
You disapprove of what she does.
She's always been like this. She thinks of history as a show that just needs more special effects. Never mind that real people got hurt. You've seen her little show? She's still talking about a recent coven in Salem.
Yeah. Is that true?
No. Like I said, she doesn't care about the truth or who gets hurt.
And you're just gonna jump us out of that conversation for me to jump back in and say...
I was hoping I could borrow a key to the main Hathorn house.
Key? Oh, I don't have a key anymore.
You don't?
No, but Alicia does. If you ask her, she'll lend it to you, I'm sure.
Seems good. Alright, now we need to kind of talk about everything, honestly.
I'm sure you've been asked this before, but where were you on the night Hathorn house was burned down?
I was coming home from work, crossing through the cemetery. I could see the orange glow. By the time I got home, it was almost all gone. I called it in.
Were you the first one to call? Anyone see you earlier? Like an hour before?
I was in my shop.
Any customers?
No. Are you trying to say that I burned down the house?
No, I never said that.
Good. I've said it a million times, but I'll say it again for your benefit. I'm just glad she wasn't alive to see it. She loved that house, and I loved her. You understand?
Of course. You were the first person to see the fire?
Well, yeah. I was going home, and that's where the fire was.
You know the fire might help you keep your home.
I know that now, but I didn't before. It's a slim chance at best. I'd rather it was whole and shown to be mine by right.
But if that's not an option?
Nothing could make me want to destroy it.
Alright, this one?
You remember where you were 3 nights back?
I was here, I told you already. I have the receipts to prove it, and I'm the only one who works here. Why?
Oh, no, just a related incident. I don't suppose there are any ghost sightings in your shop?
The spirits come and go as they please. I've seen them everywhere around Salem, but I've never seen one operate a point of sale.
Yeah, me neither.
And... I don't really care about these two, so...
What kind of herbs do you have here?
The kind that helps people ease their burdens. Since cold season started, business has been booming. Between managing the shop itself and preparing remedies, it's getting harder to keep up.
I don't mind lending you a hand with preparing the remedies, if that's okay with you. I love learning new things.
This is delicate work. But you do seem to have an interest herbology. Sure, it would be fun to pass on the basics, at least. I'll be around the shop and manage the counter. Just let me know when you have something finished, and I'll take a look at it.
Great. So, where do I begin?
I've prepared the patient notes already. You can find them on the counter. You can use my reference book to study the herbs and what ailments they cure, and the basics of remedy mixing.
Okay. This is gonna be so much fun.
Yes, say. So we have two things here we're gonna go over before we actually make a herb remedy. We have this locked box here.
Oh, it's locked?
Yeah, I lost the key to that one, sorry. It has to be somewhere around here. I would never bring it home with me. Let me know if you find it.
We're gonna find it right away. I'm gonna back up and spin around. Whoa, that was weird. The key is right over here.
What an odd key. It probably unlocks something in here.
It totally does. Now, let's talk about the herbs again.
What kind... These remedies won't make themselves.
Sure. Unlock the box.
It fits. Sweet marjoram. Wonder what this herb is used for.
I don't know.
No, Nancy, please don't touch that. It's private.
Yeah. You also have that paper we can't look at right now.
This book looks
But
really
yeah,
worn.
the book has how stuff
Knowledge
works.
must be centuries old, if not more.
Here's the stuff. We're reading it. We're reading it. We read it. Cool. And we're almost out of time for this episode, but I think we can go ahead and explain how the herb puzzle works. So on this book right
These are the notes
thingy.
she took when discussing the ailments with her patients. Need to figure out the proper mix of herbs to cure these.
Yeah, so moderate migraines and slight high blood pressure. Alrighty. And... okay, I don't know what I was going to do, but... the way you figure this out is you gotta look at, like, the moderate or the slight thing and then the ailments. Ailments is easy because you can find them in the book, but the slight moderate thingies are harder. So, the way this works is if it says slight, that means you do 1 serving of whatever remedy you need to cure it. If it says moderate, you need to do 2 servings of whatever it is you need to cure it. If it says unbearable, that means 3 servings of whatever it is to cure said ailment. Now for the ailments cured. Indigestion is cured by cinnamon, a migraine is cured by feverfew, anxiety requires a word I cannot pronounce but you can read on the screen for yourself. High blood pressure is cured by garlic, nausea is cured by ginger, liver condition is cured by Our Lady's Thistle, and memory problems are cured by sage. Now, alrighty. There's another thing we can make here that's not listed, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. Let's actually just make a remedy to prove I'm right. Moderate migraines. Migraines are feverfew, and moderate is 2, so 2 feverfew.
Chamomile. Sweet garlic.
Where is it?
Sage. Cinnamon. Feverfew.
Oh, it was the last one. So it was moderate, so 2. And then high blood pressure is garlic, which is...
ginger. Sage.
There it is.
Garlic.
Garlic. Slight high garlic. So 1.
At that, your first proper herb mixture. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's tricky to keep track of everything, but the book really helps.
It's old and worn from use, but full of wisdom. It's taught me most of what I know.
And that's where we're going to leave it off. You know how to make your first remedy. So next time on Nancy Drew Midnight in Salem, we're actually going to go off the beaten path from what we're supposed to do next. And I'm going to show you how to make something kind of cool. See you guys then.